Behind today, friends. She must have been a little busy. But I got you. I got your back. Let's see. 77% charged. Let's put this up so that I can read people's comments. How you doing? Welcome to the live feed at Buckin Billy Ray Smith's YouTube channel. It says right there that Buckin Billy Ray's live on YouTube. And it says right there. And it also says right there, which tells you I got 3 freaking devices going. There's the woodchucker right there. Love your member video today. Thank you, buddy. Listen, pal. Hey. What Light, good to see you. Brian, 2 bears. Brian, nice to see you. Kelly Hope. Jean-Luc. Whoa. Rasmusica. Holy smackers. Guandez. Cody. Eduardo. Good to see you, brother. From Brazil. Yes, buddy. Brazil. Charles Oliveira. One of my heroes. Love him. Timbercut. Billy Ray Frenchman. Good to see you, Timbercut. Howdy, John. Mr. Lemieux. First time on a live, says Feraldine Bomia. Mr. Bomia. Good to see you, brother. William Morgan. Hello, sir. Susan. Lovely. Good to see you. Susan Castelli. Susan. Susan, is that your husband using your account, or is that actually you, Susan? Come on. What's that on my foot? Quentin, nice to see you. Is that my man, Wooly? Oh, yes. Good. Very, very good. Wow. Greenskeeper. Hey, Billy Ray. Joe Reynos, good to see you. It's me, Susan, tree lover. Susan, good for you. I'm honored to have you here at the channel. Sincerely, this is my buddy Scott. I love this character, Scotty. He was one of the members way back that was just such a support to the channel, still is, and I love this color green because if you look very closely, look at them eyes. See? They're green, like my shirt. I like it, right? Brian Hebert, how are you? Paxton. Axeman Mike. There's Axeman Mike. Mike, did you get an axe? Bluegrass Outdoors with a freaking super chat. Holy smokes. Bluegrass. Hitting hard, brother. Talk to me about this handle. Did you put some lubrication on it? Also the same color. Tyler Ruthenbeck. Hi, Tyler. Brad Sherman. Bradley, how are you? 2 bears. Does Dylan. That's, Dylan is Bluegrass. Bluegrass, thank you so much. Friends, can we thank Bluegrass, please, for the super chat? The super chats are a big help to the channel, friends. Thank you all so much. Tyler Ledden, nice to see you. Yeah, everybody thank. We all love Charles Oliveira. Hey, you're not alone. Charles Oliveira is like, you should have seen the love he got in Vancouver when I took my daughter to the, oh man. Hey, High Design Fool. Friends, did you guys see these? I haven't done a video on these, but these showed up in a box, but there was no name on it. Do you guys know what these are? Does anybody know what these are? Bluegrass, thank you, buddy. These are like they're old, but check this out. Check this out. Holtzbrook, one of my most favorite axe companies in the world, okay? Look at this, friends. They're like little they're beautiful, by the way, but they're like little memorabilia axes. They're beautiful. And this is what happens Yeah, this has got a anyways. Yeah, crazy, eh? Salesman samples. Yeah, I think so. But they were sent to me by a fella. Ah, there's glue on like a. I was so honored that someone sent me these, and I don't know who it was because there was no name on the box. I sure hope that someone sees this video. I'm going to do a video on them because what a beautiful treat. I mean, look at this one. It was actually used. Do you know that this is the oldest axe company in the world? Steve, Principato, Stevie, how are you, my friend? Mr. Stevie Principato, buongiornos. Marty Rutter, have you been speaking to Sven lately? He's been looking for you to do some woodworking. Now, we got Devil's Club. Poison Ivy, I don't hear nobody whining about Poison Ivy here, Tyler. I don't believe we have it here. I think people are, and I don't mean whining. I mean just, whinging about it out in the bush. So I don't think so. No, I've never heard any faller talk about that here. Amazing. You know what else is amazing? You want to know what else is amazing? Yeah. This is amazing. I just made this axe yesterday. I was wondering if I shouldn't make it, but I made it anyways. Taking a break, putting up fence today. Saw you were live, so sitting down with you for a bit. Stevie, I appreciate the time you take to sit with us, brother. You're a good man. Mr. Principato. I love it, brother. Brian Hebert. Isn't that a beauty, Brian? Do you know what this is? It is red elm, Shane. You got that right. This is red elm. Red elm. Not a good handle wood for denting. If you're going to... Well, it is. I shouldn't say it's not a good handle wood. Mark Gaines. Building my custom PC and watching at the same time. Mark Gaines is one of my dear, dear friends. I've known him forever. Yeah, that's exactly what that is, Two Bears. It's a Killinger original. When the hickory started to die down a couple years ago. Remember a few years back? Gainsies, we love you. Friends, please thank Gainsies for the super chats. This is red elm, and I'll be honest, friends, it has a lot of flex. Like it is good for smaller handled stuff, but you've got to protect it because even if you go, even if you slide by something, it'll gouge and peel out. It's not the greatest handle wood, although it's strong and it has very good, like this, right? Elasticity, right? But yeah, anyways, friends. She's a Danderto. A complete Danderto. Full of Watka, which will make it stronger. I was just playing around with that. Hey? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right? You see? Oh yeah. I'm a weirdo. There's no doubt about it. Derek Thomas knows that, and so does Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher. What is the best handle wood? That would be hickory, my friend. Hickory's the king, Michael. Hickory is the king. I haven't had one of these forever. Look at this. It's an ode to the spring. I put the real ones away about 28 years ago. Ash makes good too, but it's not as strong as hickory. Ash is wonderful. It is. It's good. I like ash. But hickory is the king. The porous grain woods are the best, I think, for handles. It really depends on who's swinging the axe. You know what I mean? So there's all kinds of woods out there, but woods for handles, you need a lot of it, right? You can't just pick I mean, you can make a handle out of anything, but if you can't make them for everybody, then you'll have a special handle, but it doesn't really, you can't categorize it as a handle wood because no one else but you or a couple other people in the world know about it, right? Anyways, you know what I'm trying to get at. Ash is great, but it does, unfortunately, it's not as strong in the denting. It dents easy and yeah, but beautiful grain. Ash is a nice wood. I watched your first handle you made. Oh yeah, Chris. I made a few by hand, but I'm making patterns now, brother. I'm making some nice patterns. I got the Deputy coming out. I copied my wedge banger handle, which I'm very excited for. Very excited. Miller's Power Saw Service. Miller, good to see you. How's it going, Buckin? Good, Mr. Miller's Power Saw Service. I love it. Johnny Arnett, good to see you. Good to know. Thanks, Buckin. You bet, Cody. Yeah, if you can swing anything, friends, but when it comes down to a tool you're going to use, hickory is the king, without a doubt. Johnny Bruner, the sheriff is glorious. Oh, buddy, I'm excited about that one. Bluegrass, are you hanging around or are you chopping wood? Hey, it says right here, Brian Hebert's been a member for 7 months. Buckin used my 34 with a 3.5 pound wood slasher on 36-inch oak. All I had to do was point it. Well, that's interesting. That's kind of a lighter head for that. It worked good? It's kind of sore, to be honest with you. I'm trying to stay off it. A couple more days. Yeah. It's a little sore, so I'm just going to rest it. Thanks for asking, buddy. What about black locust? Well, here's what I think about all that stuff. The Deputy be nice for your boy, Bluegrass. There's lots of woods that'll make a handle, but if they're not already out there in the handle world, then they didn't work that good. People tried them all. Believe me, they did. Yeah, Bluegrass, we'll get you squared away. How are you enjoying that 34? It looks pretty good. You look pretty excited. Is that hickory on the special head you made from? Yes, it is. 100% it is. Hickory. You got hickory. I use hickory for. I have some white oak. I have some ash, but very minimal. Very minimal. I prefer hickory for a splitting tool. Although I've used it. I got maple, cherry, but that's because I know how to swing the axe, friends. It's people can break an axe handle just like that I could make last for years. Does that make sense? And I'm not trying to sound. I not only have seen it, I've done it. It's the facts. It's just the facts. Hickory is established heavily if they are racing with it. We can work with it. Yeah, it's a well-known winner, Two Bears. The hickory is the king, and I've seen it take horrible abuse. And I'm not just talking like I'm talking like denting, like smashing the handle against wood or anything. It doesn't dent as bad as some of the others. Yeah. Hello, my first live with you. Your content I'm watching all the way from South Africa. Jaleel Watson. Jaleel. Good to see you, Jaleel. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you pulled in to see us. What's happening here? No, I'm not going to report. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this here. Have you ever cut down a redwood? Yes, sir, I have. Yeah, soft as soft can be. Fastest cutting tree in the world to cut down. Easy. Easy as pie. Very soft wood. Do you have any double bit recommendations? For what? For what, Mr. Miller's Power Saw Shop? For what process? What exercise? I love double bits. Broma Dude. Buckin. Favorite power saw? Favorite power saws you've used, Buckin? Oh, that's a long list, brother. It's a long list. Well, Miller's Power Saw Service, what it is, it's about profile, brother. So, you know what I mean? You want to find a double bit. You know, Sagers were good for that. Sagers had a kind of a fatter profile. If you're looking for a double bit to split firewood with, either work with a blacksmith and get him to build you a profile, or go back and get a vintage head, but check the profile out, brother. You need a fat profile with a sharp entry. Like to be honest with you, well, this here would be a nice double bit profile right there. See that? You see how fat that is? This is actually very nice. This is a nice splitting pattern. It's not as fat as I like in here, but it's got a very nice, see? That's nice and chunky. You want chunky for splitting wood. Chunky. Jacob Fowler. Jacob, how are you, buddy? Hope everyone is well, says Jacob. All right. Woodchucker with a super chat. Friends, let's thank Woodchucker for a super chat. What's the biggest chainsaw you ever run? 125. Mac. Well, that's the best power saw. I've run the 090s and the 3120s and all that, but I've run the biggest saws they make. Bigger, actually. I've run double. Yeah, I've run all that stuff through the years. Big saws. They have a purpose, but not that many. Wow, lots of questions. What's your favorite boot brand? This one right here. That one. Yeah, that one. Viberg. Vibergs are the best boots I've ever had on my feet. Ever. Yeah. Yeah, those didn't work for me, Reinhold. But I know they make solid boots, but they unfortunately they didn't work for me. They came really wide, stitch out. You know what I mean by that? Yeah. I prefer nail down old school boots, but JK's fit real nice. They did. They unfortunately didn't work for me. Nick's did a good job of trying to get me suited up, though. I'll tell you that. Jacob. Whoa, Jacob. Thank you, buddy. Buckin, you ever had any issues with bees? Oh, I've stood in more bees' nests than I can ask you. Yeah, I've been in trees and cut nests and had to tie in and rappel out. I've been all through it, yeah. I've stood in many nests, ground nests. I can't tell you how many. Honestly, I can't. I couldn't begin to tell you how many times I've been standing in a bee's nest on a stump. And the only way I know that I'm doing that is I get stung 5 or 6 times. Yeah, there's some good boot companies out there, friends. If you're, see, my situation is I had the best in the world. So to go from the best in the world to, you know, to something else. That was a hard thing to do for them companies. Real hard thing to do for them companies. Especially an old school guy who actually knows what boots are supposed to be. If you don't know what a leather boot is supposed to be, then you'll be impressed by anything. But I actually know what a leather boot is supposed to be and what it's supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? Give me a heck yeah if you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Jordan, I am hoping to work with Whites. That's the only boot company, because let's face it, they all know they're all fairly similar, but I'm actually excited to work with Whites and get a set of boots from Whites, because I think they would build me nail down, nail bottom. Do you know what I mean by nail bottom? Who knows what I mean by nail bottom? Talk to me. If you don't, I will show you. But if you do know what I'm talking about, just say heck yeah. Because if you don't know, I got them on my feet right now, but I'd have to run down and go get a set of, like, stitch out or stitch down. Stitch down, you can see all they're wider, and you can see the laces on the outside, or the stitching on the outside. The leather folds out and is stitched on the outside. Whereas the leather on a nail down goes under and is nailed from the bottom. I think Christine would know when the sheriff, probably 3 weeks, a month, I think, somewhere there. I think so. Yeah. So with the sprocket thing there, I would just try it. Then you can speak to it. Yeah, have your own experience. Because it depends on the saw, depends on what you're cutting, depends on how long your bar is. It depends on a lot of things. Just to swap a sprocket to go to a smaller chain, to me, I did that years ago, all of that, and I always end up right back how they shipped it to me. They know their business, the sprocket size and all that. I don't like my chains flicking off, for one thing. So, yeah, I would say try it, brother. You know, a 50cc saw, I would stay with 325, to be honest with you. But if you want to just buy one set of chain, so that's why I would swap, because I would have a roll of chain. I would buy chain by the roll. So instead of having a roll of 325, and I think I've got 450, I don't use smaller saws. But back in the day, I bought a couple, a 346 and a 357. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm running 3/8 on those. No steel toe. No. You don't need a steel toe. Not for forestry work. No, just get a celastic toe. Like, you want to see a... No, I don't get steel toes. No. This is... Check this out. Check this out. There's the Viberg toe box right there. See the toe box? If I would recommend to you, if you're buying a set of boots to get, you know, fallen or tree work or firewood or in the woods, get a celastic. Don't get steel toe. That's not. I've never worn steel toe in the bush. But don't get a soft toe neither. That was another thing. Anyways, I'm surprised that, yeah. No soft toes. I feel vulnerable. I felt vulnerable in some of those boots that I got. Vulnerable. I'm that's the word. Like scared. Are those your Viberg dancing boots? These Vibergs, now that you're talking to me about it, you have to see these. You actually have to see these boots. I'm showing you these because you're going to love them. Look at these. Look at these things. Check out the stitching on these boots. Look at these. Okay? Some of the best boots in the world. Look at their stitching. Nail bottom. See? Celastic toe. They're solid. Look, like solid. That's not steel. Nice big toe box. Nail bottom constructed. You see what I'm saying? The leather goes under, folds under, and gets nailed from the bottom. These are incredible. Incredible. Yeah. I'll tell you, Nick's did a good job for me. Nick's, they did. I can't knock Nick's. Well, I could, but I won't. Because I enjoyed working with Nick's. Really enjoyed working with them, actually, Grant and the boys. And they made me a set of boots, which are my dailies. They were a Viberg boot that they redid for me. Hey! Woodchuck. Billy, serious question. The book you read, I wonder if it's possible to invite her on the YouTube. Oh, I don't even know if she's alive, brother. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't think so. No. But that's a wonderful thing, buddy. Woodchuck, thank you for that. Yeah, no. I don't even know where she is. You know who she is, right? Eileen? Yeah, you could. What's her name again? She's wonderful. Eileen Caddy. Eileen Caddy. She's a sweetheart. Hey, if I've missed your super chats, I'm sorry. I see we got some super chats up here. Whoever done that, thank you all so much. Woodchucker, appreciate you. We got the fire going in the background. The Baconator. Hey, all. Get here time. Good to see you, Baconator. Jury. Pokey Bear. I'm just resting the next few days. Oh, there's my wife coming home. Happy Sunday to you, Jason Blake. Mr. Bushinsky. Oh, hey, Leroy, did you get those long, I got to get a set for these. I got to talk to Grant. I need another set of my Kelties, the long ones. These are the short ones in these boots. These are my downtowners. But I've been wearing them lately because they got these on them. And they don't track no boot. Look at these freaking boots. Look at them. Indestructible. Indestructible. So pick a boot company that you know. I mean, they all probably worked for one another at one point. All those guys. Robbie Egan, good to see you. So just pick somebody and stick with them. Get them to know your feet. John Fisher, good to see you too. Nice, Reinhold. Are the JKs treating you okay? They should be. His old man makes a good set of boots, I would reckon. He's been around a long time, that guy. But they're leather boots, man. They should serve you. It freaked me out when I got those boots. Good, Reinhold. Excellent. Stick with them. Just stick with them. Stick with the people that serve you. It's that simple. Just be loyal to whoever you got. I never got into this mine are, these guys are better than those guys and this and that. I just never played that game. The internet's kind of rough for it. But I've had Vibergs on my feet for 25 years, and I tried a set of those ones you got, and I tried Nicks, but I have not tried Whites, and I'm actually very excited to try a set of Whites boots. Like, very excited. I would actually like to work with Whites because, I'd like to work with Viberg too, but I don't know if they'd be interested in doing that because they'd probably have a hard time keeping up with all the sales they would get. Because I have a nice idea for a set of boots. Yes, it is Guandez. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, they liked it so much they took it on as their bar oil. That's exactly what happened there. Yeah. Well, somebody's going to, Reinhold. Somebody's going to. I'd love to get behind a set of boots for the public with my name on them. A collab. It'd be a shout out to the BC loggers. This is what it would be. It would be a boot that you go downtown dancing with your wife in or go knock timber over with. Wouldn't that be all right, Reinhold? Hey, I'd like to. I would. Why don't you like sleeves, Buckin? I don't like long sleeves at all. I don't like long sleeves at all. And I would probably run around naked if I could, to be honest with you. I've never liked, even these, I'm always, you'll see me, I'm like this, taking them off, putting them on, taking them off, putting them off. I just don't like things on me, and period, I don't think, Tegan. You know what I mean? I just don't like things on me. You know, I've been wearing short sleeves my whole life. Just don't like them. Don't like them on me. They pull on my shoulders. You ever got those t-shirts when you got sleeves on, they actually pull on you? And crew necks. I don't like stuff around my neck. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I like the freedom. I don't like stuff pulling on me. It's like my pants have to be perfect. Timber Cut, you're welcome. Appreciate you. Glad you enjoy the videos, Peg. Thank you. The dude in the nude. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the drummer. Could be, Paul. Could be. I don't know. I'm just a hippie. I'm a hippie logger. I got the axe bucking. It works. I got the axe bucking. It's a work of art. Thanks so much. Josh. Awesome, buddy. Awesome. You got her, bud. Good for you. Pretty cool, eh? That's great, Josh. You won that fair and square, brother. My boys, Waylon and Barrett. Waylon and Barrett. How you doing, young fellers? Waylon and Barrett. I like that name. Waylon. My name's Waylon. My little brother's name's Barrett. How about that, Waylon and Barrett? Just for you boys. Don't drink, don't do drugs, stay in school, boys, and work hard. Be honest, don't lie, because if you lie, you got to back it up with another one, and you'll bury yourself in lies. And freedom will not be yours. Don't lie. Lies create imprisonments in your brain and your spirit. Be honest at all costs. Did you do something wrong? Yes, I did. I broke the plant pot. I did it, I broke it, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was roughhousing with my brother and I broke the pot. I broke it. I'm sorry. I'll clean it up. I'll try better next time. I did it. Me. Why would you lie? There's only one reason I'd lie. And that would be to save my life or my family's life. And that's it. Isn't that fire nice cooking in the background there? Yeah. Georgia. From Georgia. Cool. Zubulon, Georgia. Ordered 2 sheriff handles and 2 wedge bangers. Great quality. Hey, Joshua. Now listen, Joshua, did you get the wedge banger, buddy? Did you see at the back there? Just rub the corners off there? Dude, I want to hear your feedback on that stuff. No joke. I love it. I wish I could see their faces. This is the part that I love so much. Thank you for allowing me in your home. Barrett and Waylon, thank you for allowing me in your home. I'm honored to be in your home. Totally honored. I mean this sincerely, friends. This is crazy. 203 people on a freaking Sunday. Amazing. Amazing. We love watching your channel, Buckin. Joshua Clowers. Well, thank you, Joshua. I really appreciate that. I mean it. Jack Murphy. Holy cow, it's Jack. Jack Murphy down at the precinct. My name's Jack. We've been busy down at the precinct working on a case. My name's Jack Murphy. You might have heard of me. That's right, Jack. Jack Murphy. Jack. I love you, Jack. I do. I love you. I love everybody, for crying out loud. Oh, here comes my main love right here. Oh, who's that? Oh my gosh. Somebody just walked in the door, friends. Kevin Duff, I love you, brother. Your wall's on fire. I know it is. So, some punk kid. Oh, he's got 2.
I'm not done this one yet, but I wanted you to take a look at it as well before I went.
Oh, so you brought over something special.
Yeah. I had to bring the new ball.
Mama Bellhopper, we love you. Thank you, darling. And we love you, Buckin. I know you do, buddy. I appreciate you. So, let me see that.
Which one?
Them all.
All right.
So, do you guys remember when I made that mall? Look at the mist on that mall. Look at that. Look at this kid go. Look at this young man.
Hey, Chris. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Chica. So, well, I guess I won't be swinging it for a little bit, but you.
I probably won't be swinging it until you're ready to swing it, so.
Look at what he did. He took my suggestion of my crazy mall. Look at that. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Friends. I mean,
She's sharp.
there's not many axes or malls out there that you can actually stick wood with. Friends, this is the sheriff with a maul. You saw Bluegrass put that Adler on this thing, eh?
Yeah.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
He's a beast.
Oh yeah, he can swing it, boy.
Yeah.
That's nice, Luke.
Yeah.
The custom maul.
33 inches long.
It ended up 33 inches, friends. There's not much else you'd need right there. What else you got on the go?
So you tell me if this looks straight.
Okay.
You know, I'm working on getting my axes dead straight. Not straight, not kind of straight, dead straight, right?
Johnny Bruner, I love mine.
And this...
So, Lukey just said, you probably heard him, he's trying to get, it's difficult with any head to get that running straight. You got to take your time, and I know you do.
Yeah, so I almost feel like trying to tweak it a little bit more to this side, but I always end up a little bit to that side if I'm not dead straight.
That's a theme, isn't it?
It's a bit of a theme, And I don't know. I need before I finish her off. You gotta.
Okay, well here's what I. Oh yeah, slightly low. But here's the beautiful thing about this. You've got space here.
Yep, I can tweak it
So.
a little bit.
So.
Probably.
Oh my goodness. Oh dear. See, do you know what I like about Luke? Well, many things, but he's here. He gets to see me pick the handles that people think that aren't good, like with heartwood and that. They think it's not good, and I take them and I make axes from them, and we go out and literally go nuts in the woodpile, friends.
See it firsthand.
He likes them.
Oh yeah.
He wants heartwood.
All heartwood.
He understands.
It's good grain orientation nonetheless.
Look at this. Look at how beautiful this
Hey
thing
William.
is.
Got it cooking in here.
I know it's warm. So I like this. So
am I right in saying it could be maybe a touch?
well,
there,
you
or-
you are. It is minuscule, but it is. It's going that way a bit,
Okay.
right? So
And it's not just this weirdo bottom.
oh no. Well, that would get it, but I think. So what happens when I do this? Now it's dead square.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, that looks good.
See?
That looks.
And remember
very
what we
good.
talked about right there before
Uh-huh.
too?
Uh-huh.
So you
That looks nice.
you could let that go in good honor.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
would have no problem sending that out the door like that.
Cool.
So but let me look at where so you're hung.
Yeah.
You're hung, so when you wedge that, yeah, and this has a slight little thing there,
Uh-huh.
the handle, so you've done a nice job there. No, Lukey, that's pretty good. But it could still kick over a little. So whether that's going to happen, but you're finished.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so what I would do, Luke, is stick it in the vise.
Yeah. Try and give it.
And
one
just give
go.
it a little tweak and bang that wedge down in there.
Okay.
Because that's super nice.
Yeah, that'd be a good axe.
Friends, these are, right? Look at the profile on that. So it's nice to have space here and here so that when all the big companies do it, Luke, they'll stick it in a vise and they'll tweak it.
Yeah.
And hammer it.
Right.
So you're looking really good here, Luke.
Pretty acceptable.
Yeah, and again, if remember what we talked about earlier right there, that would be, we can even do that after, because it is thinner here.
Yeah.
And it's thinner. See?
Yeah.
But that wouldn't take much. We could change that center line like that,
Okay.
because that's a solid hang, and I really like that handle. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but give it a little tweak,
Okay.
and look at it, friends. He loves the heartwood. Look, Buck and I have been watching for a while now and learning, not just about power saws and axes, but important, valuable life lessons. Thank you for sharing the knowledge. Luke, keep up the great work. Nick Foster, we appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Walker Country Life. Walker's Country Life. Hey, Walker's Country Life. Good to see you. Okay. What do we got here? There's Jack Murphy. Jack, can you talk a little about working Dutchman, Billy? Or Buckin, sorry. Well, there's really not much to say, Jack Murphy, unfortunately. Do you know what a Dutchman does to your tree when you're falling it? Like let's say you were trying to nail a spot, and you had a Dutchman in there accidentally, and you didn't know that it was there. Todd Freud, thank you. Todd Freud, thank you. Do you know what a Dutchman does Jack Murphy, like a sloppy undercut, right? So it'll go like this, and then it'll slap down on that plate, and it'll kick the tree over like that, right? So you can use those. You can use. I don't get into. I just don't get into that too much, especially teaching people that stuff. I find if folks get the basics down, they're used out in the bush, Jack, when it doesn't matter. You know what I mean, Jack? Like, you could put a working Dutchman and get something to kind of hang high on the hillside, or get around a crown and then kick it back into lay. There's all kinds of tricks we've used through the years, but they're not. It's not something I like to promote. I like to promote proper depth, cleanliness, wedgemanship, all that stuff. I hope that makes sense, Jack Murphy. I do know what it does. We are cutting on steep ground at the moment, and I'd like to see, could I try swing a few around, if you get me. Well, give it a shot, Jack. But there has to be a reason for a Dutchman. What's the reason? Swing them around where? Is the timber laying down hard hill, or like what's? I'll bet you, Jack, on a day, on a 6.5 hour day, I would have to call upon one of those tricks now and again. Like, it's not a steady procedure. So steep ground, open undercuts help a lot. Like, really open. The Swanson's a great cut. Depending on species, cedars don't like the Dutchman. You'd be better to pull the high side off it. You know what I mean? It's all depends on what you're doing, Jack, old boy. So give it a shot. Find out. Lose a couple, because they won't. They're not reliable, Jack. They're not. Scotty Price, I love you, buddy. Ooh, axes should be there any day. What you talking about, Scotty?
Oh, Scotty, yeah, I think Scotty made. I believe it's Scotty. He made a donation to my business.
Oh,
he's sending me some axes he has laying around.
Scotty.
He's happy to, for me to use them any way that I can to help my business.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's
amazing.
Scotty.
Thank you, Scotty.
What a guy. Thank you so much. Luke appreciates it. It's like, I'm not going to speak for him, but he does. I know that.
Very much.
When Luke shows one of his axes, put your sunglasses on. Yeah, that's right, eh? No, I haven't, Carl. No, I just mix my own. I don't buy anything pre-mixed. No.
Pre-mixed gas?
Yeah. No, I don't use that.
I don't think you get your money's worth when you buy the pre-mixed stuff.
No. Been watching your videos, just got done filing. Square ground, round ground. She cuts. Good. Good, Jim. JMAV. Jamav. Good stuff, buddy. Buckin, you're my favorite woodcutter, being a fellow drummer. Oh, good man, Paulie Hall. Paulie. Stand up. Stand up, man. Scotty Price. Yeah, he is. Scotty's a great man. He's a great man. So thank you all so much for that. We got some neat things coming down the pipe, friends. That's all I can say. I'm not going to make the mistake of talking about it all up, get all excited and all that. Because I made that mistake in the past, and then I just like to. I'm learning, friends. I'm learning to keep my mouth shut a little bit more now. And you're logging when you're logging. You got the logging job when you're in an undercut. You can talk about that job you got down the street, that 5 acres of beautiful big timber, and you can't wait to get cutting, and then something will happen, you don't get the job. You're logging when you're logging. And so when we've got something, you're going to know about it, and I think you're going to be quite excited about it.
I certainly am.
We've got 2 handle patterns coming, friends. We already know this. I'm not just regurgitating and saying what I shouldn't say. You already know about my axe handle patterns, which is the Deputy. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this other one. But it's my wedge banger, friends, that I've been packing for many, many years. Lukey, get in there. Wedge is scheduled to arrive. Whoa, the Baconator.
The Baconator.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I think he's sending me some wedges as well. So
Anthony, you wait.
thank you.
Friends, all that stuff you send to us, like the wedges and little things, it helps like you would not believe.
Big time.
Like, seriously. Big time. Ish has been a... Ish, are you with us, brother? My friends in Australia... Marco I talked to the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
Marco,
heard back
he's
from him?
putting a little package together for us.
Good.
All my Australian friends. Ish, there he is right there.
Nice.
I'll tell you something, friends. My Australian and Tasmanian and New Zealand friends, I'm telling you, they've helped this little thing that we're doing like you wouldn't believe. Those folks make the best axes. I remember you could buy a Tasmanian pattern axe on the internet a few years back for about $40. Hey, remember that? Well, it was before your time, but I guess I have to take blame for some of that. But I love it because the Australian and the down under folk, I love that they're getting money for their axes. I love it. It makes me proud, and I mean that sincerely. Especially the old Max. Steve Robertson, Buckin, Lucky. Buckin.
Army.
Oh, love and appreciate. Oh, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve Robertson. Cool. Not anymore. No, I know, right? Proud. Let's go, Grant. You got it. You've made me obsessed with this industry, even though I weld. Yeah. New Zealand, Australian, top shelf hardwood axes. Yeah, you know, it's interesting, Two Bears. I've always wondered about, like, I get all bit, but the pole, like, I've never really researched it, Two Bears. I haven't. But I mean, how many Tassies are out there that are all smashed up and no poles on them? And I mean,
The lack of the pole. Yeah.
yeah, the lack of the pole.
Why is that?
Well, that was the downfall of that axe. I'll be honest. I think, but who knows? Who knows? I say we get these guys to make more Tassies and put a pole on them. Put a pole on them. I got some ideas. It's all in the profile, though. Let's be honest. I mean, it just is. It's in the profile. But some of them Tassies, you get a worn out Tassie at about 4 pounds, 3.75 to 4 pounds. There's nothing stopping it in the wood. The Swedish Tassies have a, yeah, they do. They do.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. Tyler, lad, 3 months feels more like a lifetime. 3 months, Tyler, good man. Appreciate you, buddy. Iron worker here. I get the kill streak. I get that kill streak. Shapeshifter, good to see you. Buckin, I got a good hearing for you. A good hearing. Or herring. Oh, Jeff, the pole is the back of the axe. So here's just a perfect, well, you got a Tassie here.
Yeah. This one's not as terrible as some of them, but
No, well, that's good.
yeah.
So some of the Tassies, this is the pole right here.
Yeah. And a lot of them are really, really short.
Yeah.
And they just get destroyed, right?
And there's a thing called balance. So a lot of the Tassies back in the day, they had like maybe a 1/2 inch of pole and the rest was all bit. And there must have been an idea. I know there was something behind that. But I've used a lot of axes, friends. And even today, Tuatai makes that. It's for penetration. I get it. But I like a bit of pole. I'll be honest. I like to have a bit of pole for hanging, for balance. And I just do. I gotta have a... Lee, sit down there. Luke, talk.
Okay.
Read.
Uh-oh.
Luke's taking over. What you making, babe?
Good to know. I learned something new today. Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't tried those wedges. Michael Gallagher, yes, I am going to be at Buckin Stock. I think Wendy just booked the tickets our flights the other day. Yes, Nico, I'm very excited for the new wedge banger. I've tried a few other ones, and yeah, very excited for Buckin's. Probably be what I'll use exclusively for my wedge bangers moving forward, for the most part. Hey, Rob.
Hi. Oh, thank you, hon. Oh, I love you. My wife made me a coffee, friends. Can you believe that? Look.
Oh, thank you.
And Lukey's getting a London fog.
Beautiful.
My wife, I tell you right now, I knew she was good way back in the day. Hey, listen. Oh, yeah. Look,
Where can we find prices for your axes?
Instagram.
So, yeah, Instagram. I think I have one wedge banger somehow still on there for sale, but I'm going to be building up some supply now and drop about 8 probably in the next week or 2. So, yeah.
Well,
got some real nice splitting axes coming. And
yeah, but that little wedge banger, I don't understand why that's still there. Like, I'm not kidding. It is a.
I'm thinking about just keeping it at this point.
Well, I call it an East Coast wedge banger. It's about 26 inches, isn't it? 27, did I get
Yeah,
that?
I think that one was 26. Isn't
26,
that one
27. It's just a great pull on it.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice little average timber size banging wedge. But I will say this for wedge bangers, friends. I have a 4.5 pound axe that I made on my wedge banger. Oh, my wedge banger handle. I've revamped it a little bit. You're going to freaking love it, friends. You're going to love it. Luke, would you do us a favor?
Yeah. What's up?
Would you go grab that wedge banger handle in the bunker? I put it in the box.
Okay.
And there's a couple up on top, and I worked it.
Yeah.
I wanted you to see it anyways. Just grab the keys.
Okay.
And go to the bunker and grab. You'll see it there. It's either in that first box. It's that wedge bang. You can see I've worked on it.
Okay.
I think you'll know the one it is.
I should be able to.
Yeah. Don't spend too much time in there because I know you'll get excited and start looking at axes and all that.
Yeah.
But thank you, Luke.
Yeah, no problem.
Because I want to show you, friends, a couple things about this handle.
You want one of these, Lukey?
What's that?
So for banging wedges, friends, I'm not a competition chopper. I'm never got into the logger sport gig. I did it for a living, so I just didn't do it. I had kids, and I was 27 when I started this gig. I kind of started late in life, later, and I had the walkers ride me for a while. They wanted me to get into it, and you're never home, it almost seems. You go on the road, and you're on the road for a long time. So I already knew I didn't like camp, so I kind of stayed off it. But anyway, I like a pole for banging wedges. I do. I like at least a 3/4 to 1 inch pole for banging wedges. 3/4 good. Don't know what I have here, but this, and I don't like a rounded pole for banging wedges. I like to have a balanced axe for banging wedges. When you think about the Tasmanian pattern axes and the competition swinging axes, they have they have a small pole. It's all bit, right? So they're chopping wood. So it's just interesting to me. I've never really learned about that, why there is no pole, but I can imagine it because I'm a man of physics, right? Let me just go back here a little bit. Yeah, if you're looking for a custom axe to your specs, just get a hold of a blacksmith. They're out there. They're out there. They're all over Instagram. I've worked with many. I worked with, actually, I think someone just mentioned in there, a young blacksmith. He actually didn't know how to make axes when I hooked up with him. He made hammers. It's it's right in there. Somebody just mentioned him. Conrad. He reached out to me years ago, friends, and he actually didn't know how to make an axe. He made hammers, but then he started making axes. So it's good to see. It's good to see. But there's a lot of blacksmiths out there that can make a good axe. And I think we need to make good axes. Yeah, that's the guy, Two Bears, right there. That's the guy. Do you remember? I don't know if you were watching when him and his dad called me. We gave him a shot. And yeah, he was young. He was 16. Anyway, that's good. I got some exciting stuff coming down the pike, friends. Just so you know. The axe has given me so much. I don't know what to say. It's given me so much. But I'm not gonna say, and you'll think this is cool, friends. You will. Do you guys know my wedge banger handle? My old school wedge banger handle with the slight little at the end. I'm telling you, I can't wait to get into a few fallers' hands because it's the only curved handle that I could enjoy swinging. I don't like a real curvy handle for swinging wedges. The straight handle. We used to buy a handle like this. Me and the claw. If you haven't gotten my 31.5 handle yet, friends, if you have not gotten one of these handles, friends, I'm telling you, I've worked with a lot of axe handle companies through the years, and I decided to start making my own. Oblong is strong. Oblong is strong. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Greetings, Brother Buckin. I hope you're well. We have a blizzard up here. Woodman spirit. Good to see you, Woodman. Oh, I think Lukey's coming back down the hall there now. Did you find it, Luke?
Is it just this one where you're working on the top? Like here? Or did you...
No, I got one in the box there, I think. So did you see one on the thing there?
On top?
1 second. We're going.
Just hang on.
Yeah. In the box. Let's see that one.
This one, I think you just
Oh, yeah.
off on it.
Could you grab a thick one, Lukey? Sorry, friends. Sorry about that, friends. I didn't mean to leave you hanging. But,
Okay, thank you so much.
so, oh. This is your typical, right? Wedge banger kind of a pattern. This one comes out, they come out interesting off the lathe sometimes. I'll get 50 wedge bangers and there'll be slight little, because they sand them, right? But looky, right? I thinned her.
Gotcha.
So I did a bunch of work on this. This is a 30-inch axe handle. It's 30-inch, right? It's a straight handled, nice palm swell. That's a wedge banging handle, okay? And this axe will haft out at 28 inches, depending on the size of your head. Or you can have a 30-inch freaking straight handled by
Beast.
Buster. Excuse me, and I made one out of this, but I've refined this thing a bit, friends. So I'm kind of been on a bit of a bender, making patterns, and I'm quite excited about it.
Can I grip that?
Oh yeah, that's way different than what we
yeah.
had.
Yeah. So you're gonna send this one?
I'm not sure. I might pick another one, redo it. I may hang that,
Yeah.
and we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
I like
see.
this better.
It is better, isn't it?
Even down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just feels better.
So and I want to get handles. So friends, here's what happens. let me see that, Luke, for a sec. So when we talk about this area, Luke, right, friends, you talk about this area. Here's the problem with going too small. So the mindset is, I want to get folks an axe head, or pardon me, an axe handle that a guy can grab his axe head, right, and not have to worry about too much. It goes on pretty good right off the hop. The only problem with that is blacksmith heads and old Tazies and whatever not everybody's got the exact same eye. You see what I mean? So I want to leave girth in some of my patterns, like the 34, for instance. That 34-inch handle, friends, is designed, well, look what Luke did with it. Bluegrass put a freaking square-headed Adler on it, and he loves it. It's probably his favorite axe now. I'm hoping it is. So, but that's not to say we're going to have patterns that aren't having small eyes that fit certain heads. So we're just diving into this a little more now.
I think your 28 that you just made, the deputy.
Oh.
I think for me that's the ideal, because
Size.
most heads you can actually get on there.
You can.
And so it's like, okay, you pop it on there immediately, you're like, okay, I see where I need to take.
Yes.
And then it does have the girth that I think pretty much any head I have over there will.
You could run, yeah, you could.
You know?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about that handle.
Yeah, me too.
Friends, we're ripping excited about the deputy. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? The deputy handle. It's got a palm swell like a competition swinging axe. You know what I mean? Straight backbone, humble, hardworking, but nice in the hands. Like thinner here, narrower here, and you know, like a teardrop. Like the axe handle actually is shaped like that, isn't it, Luke? The actual handle.
Until you get to the bottom here, where your hands are going to be hanging out.
That's
it's
right.
More rounded.
And then it gets round.
Comfy.
It is a special handle.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, that freaking 34 does the exact same thing.
Yes. Both?
The 34 more
34
so.
gets a little more aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So friends, the 34, you can literally see the shine on that right there. So this is a wild handle. But as you go down, it starts to get a little rounder where the mittens hang out.
Yeah.
This is a beast. Ooh. That's nice, Luke. Anyway, that's our world. This is our world. I'm excited about this one. This needs a bit of work yet. So.
Yeah.
But it's nice and straight. They're funny in the camera. Eh? You got to find the right angle.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll put that up there.
Thanks for the tea, Wendy.
Anyway. So that's that, friends. Have you sent any down under? We're going to. We're sending the 34 to my buddy Richard, the Mad Aussie. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a couple in a buddy of mine's hands down there, as soon as they come in, and maybe we'll make some gum, spotted gum handles. Wouldn't that be wild? What style head is on your wedge banger? Michigan? No. It's kind of I like a Montreal pattern, to be honest with you. I like the Montreal pattern on my wedge bangers. Not the Michigan, no. No, I like a good sized pole. And I like a little bit of a beard on my wedge bangers. Just a little bit. To cover the, because if I got to chop myself out of a mess, like I was doing the other day out following Lucky, I had to chop myself out of a mess. I like a little beard hanging down. Like, I don't have it here, but yeah, that's a Michigan there. So, no, more like a Montreal pattern. Stubby Montreal pattern. But it's going to hit things and split things. So it doesn't really matter. It's just, people like to see a certain thing when they see an axe. I mean, visuals are nice, but functionality is should be most important. And that's in profile. and the pole has to be right for banging wedges. A wedge banger should not just, in my opinion, I've had to cut myself out, friends, with an axe. So it can't be like hair cutting sharp. I don't like packing an axe in the bush that's hair cutting sharp or paper cutting sharp. I just don't do it.
You were banging off dirt and rocks and everything.
That's
with your
exactly
axe.
right, with that German steel.
Yeah, to protect your chain. So
Yeah.
it would almost be counterproductive.
Exactly.
I learned that.
Yeah, we got that quick.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like to, if I'm going to get behind an axe, like, I don't know if anybody in this 172 people have had the opportunity. Hey, JB Nealon, Buckin, I just remembered the swag pack got delivered earlier this week. Thank you for the, oh, you're more than welcome, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, buddy. What was I talking about? Where was I going? Oh, if I'm going to get behind an axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the wood bullet. Yeah, that's what it was. If anybody's had the pleasure of swinging a wood bullet, like, friends, that axe is no joke. It's not. I've got years of thought process and thousands of hours in that idea. The profile, the length of the eye to the heel, the eye to the toe, like everything on that.
It's got a good pull on it too.
It does. We needed a bit of pull to pick up some weight, to be honest. That is, I had a smaller pole on my previous wood bullets, but to get weight and to work with blacksmiths, that, you know, they have a system and you try and work with as best you can. So, yeah, that's right. Just like a good drumstick.
I was just thinking back what you were saying about your wedge banger. Hogan was telling me on some of his wedge banger axes, he actually tapes the bit on it because he's not even using that side.
That's right.
He's just,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to cut himself. So
Exactly.
He's just
They'll
using
put
it.
a thing on there.
It's like essentially, he says it's essentially a hammer for until you do need to cut with, to chop with it. Then.
Perfect point.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's very smart. You don't want a really sharp axe out there
Yeah.
hanging off your hip and behind you. You move your
Exactly.
elbow, you open your elbow up.
Yeah.
Like I've got most of my wedge bangers, you can actually you can just hit yourself with it.
Right.
But there's a fine line there,
Yeah.
depending on how you're packing it. I started packing, friends, I packed my wedge in my belt for all them years. I'd throw it tree to tree, right? And then I got onto that. A weaver called me and asked me to help them design a pouch,
Right.
a scabbard. And that's another thing I think I'm going to make. A Buckin one. Not a
Yeah.
weaver one, not a this one, not a that one, a Buckin one.
We got to step up our leather.
We're gonna step up our leather game. We're gonna get a Buckin banger, wedge banger with a freaking wedge pouch, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Barkin' Spider with a shaklank right there. Thank you, Barkin' Spider. But right now we're focused on the axe handles to get that up and running and keep that moving. So
Mention his website or business. What was that one?
Instagram, I think, is all you mentioned.
Mention his website. Yeah, just Instagram
Yeah.
right now. So Lucky Axe Brand on Instagram. That's
Thanks.
all.
Sorry, Luke.
Yeah, no.
Thanks to Buckin Spider for the super chat. Oh heavens, no. I've been no, Richard. I haven't. I don't know if you know this or not, Richard, but I think you do. We haven't charged anybody for cutting trees in about 5 years now. So I cut when I cut for me, Richard. That's what I do now. I cut for me. I just kind of cut to keep in shape and give away my craft to people. We've been doing that for about 5 years, close to 5 years now, probably 4.5. That's what it feels like. So no, I'll cut for as long as my body will let me cut. But I don't cut trees to make a living anymore. Yes, it is, Joshua. Very much so. That's where I like to hang out. Buckin, how are you? David, I'm good, buddy. just bucked up a silver birch. Nice. Nice. Opal as well. Thank you, buddy. Good stuff, David. Not too many people would do that, Buckin. Yeah, I don't know, Paul. I don't know what other people would do. I just know, for me, if you go back to my channel 10 years ago, you'll find a video of me sitting in the drum room, staring into the camera, saying that YouTube is going to help me cut trees for people for free. I would be surprised if there wasn't people who heard me say that 10 years ago when I had no subscribers. And that's what I said. And now that's what I do. So that's just what I do. Forestry's given me everything. And it's my wife speaks of a language of love, a love language. Well, my love language is to help people with their trees and their firewood. And I get paid through osmosisly. My spirit feels good when I give, and I get my body keeps moving. So I don't need to charge people for that now. My life has changed so much because of YouTube. And think about this. Think about this. There's how many people here? 165,000? I've never said the words. Today's sponsor, the sponsor of today's video is, I've never said those words on this channel. So what does that tell you? Exactly. Maybe we can get more people to... Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a little integrity dial inside my chest, and I might be something to do with being old school. I can't ask you guys to try something that I know nothing about. Just doesn't work for me. Nice, Grant. Good stuff, buddy. Good for you. Good for you. My peace is more important than anything. And I ain't getting peace by lying and cheating and stealing and walking people down the garden path somewheres. That's not how I get my peace. And I've been around long enough to know both sides of it. So I'm just here to pass off some love now. Johnny McCormick with a super chat. Batman. Chris Young, thanks. Thank you, Jacob. Well, it's driven. This is a driven, a people-driven channel. Totally. It's not something I talk about all the time, but that's what this is. I get my patents that YouTube sends me, Google sends me for my videos, and the rest is people. People watching my videos. Karma is a real thing one way or another. Oh, it goes both ways. Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. And our store, buckinbillyray.com, and our messengers of kindness, and our little members group, it all helps. Super chatters, all the people that super chat, everything helps. So, but you don't catch me on here asking for nothing, and you will never find a video of me asking you for nothing in 11 years. Could you maybe sign up to my this or that? No. No. Or click the link, you know, that stuff. I can't do it. It's not me. But others can, and that's okay. And I think that's great. Is Lucky doing Axis full time or on the side?
Full time.
He's at it full time.
Yeah, I quit my paving job, so pretty much every day I'm just making axes now, swinging axes when I can, and yeah, loving it.
It's pretty cool.
Feels good, it really does. Even though I'm working, you know, just as hard or harder as I was before, it's a different kind of hard, and I enjoy it a lot. Grateful.
Yeah, that's one of my messages to young men is follow It's your life. You don't want to be 80 years old telling yourself you should have done this or you should have done that. Just go at her. Go at her.
That was a big decision. You go.
It
Oh,
wa-
thanks, Joshua.
It was a big decision.
Yeah.
1 million subscribers. Billy will start every saw at the same time. Yeah. 1 million subscribers is a ways away. Good to see young people not stuck on the phone. Yeah. Lucky needs a chair.
Well, we're usually in the bunker, but yeah, I don't mind standing.
Jamie, thank you, buddy.
What's that? Yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah, grab a stump. We'll go for a few more minutes here. Lukey's getting a chair here now. Michael Galler, gotta go. See you tomorrow. Michael, we love you. Thanks for your super chat. There's a man. Keith Evans, Buckin, your prime example of manifesting your own destiny. People have said that. People have said that. Keith, thank you, buddy. It's what I tell folks to do. That's what I tell folks to do. So I've experienced it in my own life. I'm not going to harp about it, but we all have free choice and free will to do whatever we want. And thoughts are energy. Thoughts are energy. And you are what you think you are. You've heard all these freaking cliches, friends. They're cliches for a reason. Because they're true. They wouldn't be a cliche if they weren't true. So everything happens for a reason. Yes, it does. Yes, it most definitely does. Why? Because it happened. Right? So, anyway. Got my kilties. Oh, good. And a sheriff handle. Oh, both are great. Appreciate you. Yes, thank you, buddy. That's what helps us right there. That's what helps us. You have to be your own man, Luke.
One way in the world.
Ah.
Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Anywho, by the way, your camera's showing backwards again. Yeah, I've tried to figure it out. I don't even know what to do. So what would happen if I went like this? What would happen if I went like this? Tell me what it does now. Oh, it says good. There it says. I can see it.
You got your front camera on mirror or?
I've tried it.
Yeah.
No, I've tried it. It's something different with live, with actually going
okay.
live.
Okay.
So this is nuts. I've been through this and through this and through this, and I actually don't know, because when you go like this, check this out. Watch this, Luke. Boom. Camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Mirror front camera. It's off.
Yeah.
Okay. Watch this. So selfie mode, right?
Yeah.
So you would think that you think mirror front camera would be that this would be backwards, or is that?
Yeah, you'd now be on this side or whatever.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I guess, but you can see here, right?
Yeah, I don't.
So let's take a photo or let's take a video. Watch this, friends. See, so there it is. You can't read it, but boom, we shut that off. Now we read that.
Yeah, see, now you're on the other side.
But it also says I can read it.
Oh, I see.
I can read the letters.
Right.
So when I mirror camera, it's weird.
That is weird.
It's actually strange, friends. So, but if I turn it around, this will read normally. Doesn't matter, friends. Because this is right in the house. This is right.
Yeah.
It's mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I put don't mirror, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
We can't do it now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we won't hang out too much longer, friends. It's good to see you all today.
I seen someone asked if I have a love for power saws yet or just axes, and just axes so far. I haven't had the pleasure of running a power saw before, but I'm sure we'll get up to that at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's been out, he's been out doing my
Thanks, Woodchucker.
working with me, doing a bit of tree work. He was out filming fallen there a couple of days back, actually now. Last week we had a fallen job.
Yeah.
And Luke was out there setting chokers and setting beads and filming, and so he'll get on a saw at some point, I reckon.
Wait till you get on the saw, yeah.
Oh, it's the sickness, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. When I was 27, I quit my job and said, I'm going to go live on a power saw. And people were like, don't do that. Just don't do that. That's a bad idea. Buckin stock will change that, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christine. I'll have to get him on the, I'll have to give him a bit of runs, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to train for that.
Yeah, the power saw is saved a lot of fellas. Saved a lot of fellas. Yeah. Yeah. Put them on the 125. That can change people. That changes a lot of people.
What's up with the 125?
Well, it's a monster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's people that can't even start that saw. Anyway, friends, we'll probably pack her in. It's been we just wanted to come in and say hello like we do every Sunday and thank everybody. That was fun. Luke's got a couple of projects on the go.
Yeah, I gotta finish this axe.
Yeah, you gonna put some up on the Instagram there as well? Well, like when you get your own? Yeah, aren't you?
Yeah, probably in like a week.
Oh yeah.
I want to build up a few. I get too many, like a lot of messages, and then I'm trying to go back 3 weeks ago to someone that asked for a certain thing. So I'm just gonna start doing them in drops every probably couple weeks, just what I've made, and yeah, post them up that way on Instagram.
Good idea.
I appreciate all you guys that have bought an axe. I've seen Chris is in here. He purchased a wedge banger off me. Quite a few of you, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's changing my life, and it's allowed me to quit my job and all that. So, thank you.
Paul Hall, you're inspiring, great, Buckin, great. Well, thank you, buddy. I just want to answer a question here. Buckin, when you wreck a square, well, Jacob, if I'm falling, which I don't do a lot of anymore, like production, but if I wreck a chain, a square ground chain, I take it off and put another one on. I carry them in my bag, so I'm not going to play around on somebody's dollar. You know, we didn't file in the bush. Round file for sure, but square, that's why I learned to square file in the past couple of years. I wanted to learn, so if I tagged a couple teeth, I could get rid of that chatter. Do you know what I mean by that? Because sometimes when when you hit a granule of sand with square ground chain, right? You know it. The chain will. So if I've hit 2 or 3, 4 teeth, I can just quickly clean it up with the square. But as a rule, I don't file in the bush, brother. That's cubic meters not going down. So we just didn't do that, buddy. We took the chain off, we put a fresh one on. You know how fast that takes. Boom, bang, bang, you're back cutting. So think about that for a minute. You're in boomer timber. 2 guys hit a rock. One guy goes up the hill and sits on a stump and starts filing a saw. The other guy swaps his out, boom, and he's cutting, and meters are hitting the ground. And buddy's up there filing a saw. Who do you think's going to get more wood, and who do you think's going to get called back on the next shift? Right? The guy who got 150 cubes down, not the guy with 65 or 70. Because it's actually, I mean, that's extravagant, but that's what happens. You get into big timber, you got 8 and 9 cubes a tree, just nice big fat second growth or whatever you're cutting. You think about that for a minute. 2, 3 trees down, you're 20 meters ahead of the next guy. 2 trees, it doesn't take long to cut a tree down. If your cuts are lining up and you're not struggling, you're getting wood down. So there was no filing going on in the bushes for us when I was falling. We just didn't do it. Square ground. I'd pack 3 chains with me in my bag, and that would be it.
Thanks, Jacob.
See you, Paul. Thanks. We'll see you next Sunday. Okay, friends. Nice to see everybody. Work hard, be honest, and be kind, friends. Catch you all on the next one. Thanks for our super chatters. And thank you. Oh, hey, there's Carl. Carl, good to see you. I'm glad I seen you there, buddy. Nice. Ish. Talk to you soon. See you, Barkin.